So, my friend, I want to ask you, have you been listening to some of my podcasts for a while and identified for yourself all the areas that you feel your business could be better in? Maybe you just are so busy you haven't yet mastered the working as much as you like bit. Or maybe you're just not bringing in the money, like you're struggling with the income, or it's just not enough. Well, it's time for us to have a conversation. In the show notes, there is a link to my evolution call. If you're a dance boss and you are ready to take action, let's have a chat and let's see where I can take you. Welcome, lovelies, to the Ultimate Dance Business Podcast. My name is Deborah Laws, the dance business expert. My passion is to help you turn your passion into profit while guiding you to work less and earn more. I'm super excited to share interviews with you that I know will inspire and motivate you in your schools, as well as my solo shows where I shall be sharing some great tips and strategies. So if you love the show, please do remember to review, subscribe, and share it with your fellow dance boss friends. So let's get stuck into the business of dance. Hello, and thank you for joining me for the Ultimate Dance Business Podcast. Now, today I thought I would have a little bit of a go at talking about what I think dance studios are going to look like in the next 5 years, a little bit of a kind of a prediction episode. And the great thing about this is if you agree with any of the things that I say, then potentially you could even start doing something about these things now so that you're already ahead of the game come 2031. So one of the first things that I think we are going to get really, really good at, and I can already see a wave of this happening, although it's still early doors, is really getting in place some great systems for our schools. I think come 2031, it will be very rare that a dance school doesn't have automated inquiries, automated follow-ups for trials, instant easy booking systems. I think it's going to become so normal, and parents are going to really expect this, that if you haven't embraced technology by 2031, I think you're going to be really left in the dark. And there are so many wonderful systems and software and apps and AI that's coming along now that, you know, a lot of people are already all over this. So if you are still kind of going, oh, but I don't like technology and it's scary, Deborah, then I genuinely feel you should reach out. In fact, reach out to me, because I've already created this system that is going to see us through way beyond 2031. So if you want a friendly chat and you just want to know where on earth do I even start and how can you make it really simple for me, because I'm a little bit scared by it all, you and I can have a chat. Just find me on Facebook, Deborah Laws, or on Instagram, Dance Business Lab, and message me. And we'll book you in a little trial and we'll talk about your school and what you're up to and where your systems are or not, if you don't have any systems, and we can get you started. Anyway, that's not really what this podcast was all about. What I was trying to say is I really think give it another 5 years, we are going to have totally embraced systems, because we're going to have really come to realize how much time can be saved if we have all this in place. But it's not just even about us and helping us manage our schools. It's also very much around giving our customers and our browsers and our inquiries the service that they're really going to expect in another 5 years' time. So that's just one little area that I think is going to hugely move forwards. Now, the other thing that I think is going to make a really big difference is, of course, we all know about AI now. We all know where it's going. We all know some of the things that it can do. Obviously, that's going to vastly change over the next 5 years, like hugely change. I don't think we can even imagine what AI will be doing for us in our businesses in 5 years' time. But the aspect that I want to talk about is how AI is going to make us all very generic. And I don't mean, I'm not kind of talking about, oh, in a bad way, we're all going to be the same. What I mean is the small startup schools are going to have just as much ability as the bigger, more established schools at presenting themselves really professionally, because everybody has access to the same stuff. So once upon a time, if you had gone out and, say, for example, you hired a brand designer, they created a beautiful logo, they helped you to create your brand, it's all very professional, it cost you a couple of £1,000. And small schools wouldn't have that because they weren't in a position where they had generated profit that could afford for you to hire someone to create a beautiful brand. So the smaller schools still looked and felt very amateur. And I think this is still the same at the moment, a little bit, because they can't afford to have someone design a beautiful website. They can't afford to have stunning uniforms created and stunning graphics on social media. They can't afford to outsource these things. So they're trying to do everything themselves, and, potentially not particularly well, whereas much bigger, well-established schools have got a little bit more budget to be able to employ people to do things, to employ experts to create wonderful things. And so as we stand, there's a real difference between a startup school and a big, well-established dance school. But in another 5 years' time, I don't think we're going to be able to see that difference, because with AI being able to give us stunning graphics, create beautiful websites, like I really believe in 5 years' time, you're going to be able to click on a vibe coding app, tell it what you want for your website, and it will create the most stunning website for you. I am just going to pause here for a second because I just want to check that you know all about my new software, Dance Business Solutions. And if you don't, then I would love to show it to you. You can book a demo where I will show you around the magic that I have created in Dance Business Solutions, and you can see just what it will do for your business. So from websites to selling events to managing your customers, managing your inquiries, creating surveys, planning your social media, like it does a gazillion things. And they're all very exciting because I have pre-built most of it for you already using my wisdom and expertise as a dance business coach. So go to dancebusinesssolutions.com as soon as you've finished listening to my podcast and click on book a demo. And I cannot wait for one of my team to show you around. So then where's the difference? Where do people look and think, oh, they must be quite new and they're really well established? So I think it's going to be harder as a really well-established school to stand out and compete against the newer schools because you're all going to look really professional. So here's where my third point comes in. I think your reputation is going to be really key and fundamental in 5 years' time, because when people see all the dance schools looking like they have fabulous branding and social media and websites and everything is systemized and beautifully created and is running like clockwork, the only thing that you've got, if you're a well-established school, to help you stand out is the fact that you've been around for years, that people trust you, that people come to your school because their mum came to your school, because their friends all come to the school, because of the results you get, because of the way you care and look after your children and students. I think it's going to be really important that the reputation is one of the key things that you are working on with your school. And with this comes the fourth thing that I think is going to be really important in 5 years' time, which is retention. I do think it's going to get harder and harder getting students in the door for the reasons I've mentioned earlier. Everybody's going to look great and amazing. So if it's harder getting people in once they are in your studios, by golly, are we going to have to get really good at keeping them? And so there needs to be a whole bunch of retention strategies that you have in place that means that people just love your school and they never leave and they never want to go somewhere else. And so you honestly know that when someone comes into your school, chances are they'll be there in 10 years' time. Like you've got that longevity. So rather than thinking, great, we got 5 new students this month, but we've also lost 5, so we stayed the same. We'll be getting 5 new students, but we're going to still have the 5 from the month before. So the school will be growing and it will be building and it will be strong and it will be stable. So retention is one of the things I love to teach my members. We have a whole vault full of retention trainings. In fact, I'm about to deliver one just this month on a high level. In fact, I think I call it this the secrets that schools with a really high level of retention are doing. So, like, not just, you've got to create a community and you've got to check in with people and show your progress and your feedback, and not the basic level of retention, but my training I've gone into this month is much deeper level. I've got 7 key exit points of why people leave, and they're all really big and they're all really important that we get right. So that's something that my members are going to enjoy just this week, actually. It's the type of example of things that I have inside my membership and my training. And I think this retention piece is going to get more and more important over the next few years. So really great systems, really great websites, really great use of branding and marketing, all through technology. But I also think super key that we're getting really, really good at retention and reputation. These are all things that are going to be massive in 5 years' time. But leaving on a really positive note, I also think that dance schools are going to be thriving in 5 years' time. And the reason for this is I do think AI is going to be huge. I think a lot of what kids and young people and teenagers and adults, in fact, are going to be doing is absorbed in digital, the digital space, online, in apps, talking to friends that are AI. Like, I think we're going to be completely overwhelmed with artificial intelligence in terms of the way we live our lives, that parents are going to crave real personal interaction. They're going to crave that their kids go out and do normal things, that they learn how to socialize with other children, that they learn how to work as a team, that they're physically moving their bodies and being expressive. And I think that dance, social media, martial arts, gymnastics, drama clubs, anything that gets their kids away from screens in 5 years' time is going to be huge. So I think the future is super positive for you. But I do think that those key predictions that I've mentioned earlier are things that you should be working on right now. And I think if you are kind of thinking, gosh, I'm sure there's a lot more that I don't know about, and you're interested in having access to a load of my trainings and to me, then drop me a line. Let's talk about my membership. Maybe now is a time for us to get you involved. All right, my darlings, take care. I hope that was helpful. Have a wonderful day.